Okay, hello everyone, it's William DeBoyk here doing the EA results. We had a few problems uploading last week's video and then, sorry, 2 weeks ago's video. And then last week we've had a long bank holiday weekend. So what I decided to do is just do both videos all in one. So we're going from the 11th to the 22nd. Yeah, 11th to the 22nd. So I'll go through all the results. I have to do this video fairly quicker, perhaps a little bit quicker than I would like, just so I can fit everything in within the time that we have. So I'm just going to jump straight into things. So, like I said, we're going from the 11th to the 22nd. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. Now, we did have a trade that was open on the 8th of this month on the Kiwi dollar, which closed on the 12th. So I'll talk about that. I'll include that in this, but obviously that will count towards the week before that's results. And that was a trade over here, as you can see. Windac into that trade at break even. I took a slight loss on this because of slippage, but it was, you have to take my word for it, we did have that one in at break even. So we're looking for a long. Market moved initially in our direction, kind of chopping around for a while, decided to move it to break even. Had we have left it, you can see here that that one would have got stopped out. So yeah, we ended up getting out of that one at break even. So jumping straight into the 11th itself, we had a fair few trades actually on the 11th. We had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on the 11th, which all closed out on the 12th by the looks of things. Yeah, on the 12th. So the first trade we had was on the dollar Swiss franc, and I'll put that one up on here. You guys will have to ignore the current trades that are open as well at the current time being. So we've got this one here on the 11th, this dollar Swiss franc trade here. This was a sell, as you can see, went straight down to target, so we took profit on that one. And that closed on the, so that was taken on the 11th, closed on the 12th. We also had a trade on the cable on the 11th that closed on the 12th as well, which I will show you guys now if I can find it. This one here. So we didn't take a full loss on this one, but we did close the trade for a loss. We decided to close the trade slightly early here. Turned out to be the right decision. We managed to save ourselves from a full stop on there. But yeah, closed that one slightly early, as we can see here. At the same time, we had another trade on the dollar yen, which was also taken on the 11th, which I can show you guys here, hopefully. There we go. So this is the sell trade. You can see initial stop loss on this one was pretty small, 23 pips roughly. Take profit on there was just over 30 pips. A fairly decent risk reward ratio side of things, so we took a full take profit on that one as well. And then the other trade we had was on the Aussie US on the same day on the 11th. Which also closed on the 12th. If I show you guys that one here, if I can actually find the Aussie, there we go. And I'll put this one up on here. Let's make this look a little bit nicer. So this one here, once again, we got stopped out for a small loss. You can see the stop loss is all the way down here. The take profit is all the way up here. This was a buy trade. You can see if we had stayed in the trade for a little bit longer, we would have actually taken the full loss. We decided to close this trade a little bit early. In hindsight, that did turn out to be the right decision to make. So the market pulled down a little bit, pushed up a little bit, decided to come out the trade for a small loss, and then the market did actually drop afterwards. So that was the right decision to make. So overall, on the 11th itself, we had the 4 trades. I say two small losers and then 2 full take profit trades. So it turned out to be a profitable day on that side of things. We also had a large number of trades on the 12th. We had a total of 1, 2, 3 trades on the 12th. A couple closed on the 13th for the next day, and then one of them closed on the 14th. And I'll talk about them now. So the first one that we had was a dollar Swiss franc trade, which I will show you guys now if I can. There we go, dollar Swiss franc. So this was taken on the 12th, and this was a sell trade, as you can see here. We did decide to close this trade a little bit early. In hindsight, had we held on to the trade, we would have actually ended up making a fairly decent profit eventually. We did decide to close this one a little bit early, and we made a very, very, very small profit on that one, as you can see there. The next trade that we had was on the New Zealand dollar. If I can find that, New Zealand dollar again. So you've got so many pairs up, it makes it difficult to find all of these. There we go. I knew it was hiding somewhere. This is a buy trade that we took. It was another profitable trade on this side of things here. As you can see there, buy trade there. Market dipped a little bit, then eventually went up into our favour, and we finally eventually ended up taking profit over here. So that was a full take profit on that side. We also had a trade on the Euro US, which was a buy trade. That was also taken on the 12th and actually ended up closing on the 13th. So that ended up closing the next day. And I'll just mark that on the chart now. And we go back a little bit. So this one here. Buy trade there. And once again, as I say, full take profit on this one in the end. Then the next set of trades that we had were on the 13th. 13th. We had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades on the 13th. So a lot of trades there. I'm not going to be able to fit this all in one video, so I'll just do this in 2 parts. But anyway, we had 6 trades on the 13th. So the first one we had was a dollar yen trade. If I can find that. There we go. And this is a profitable trade as well. This is a sell trade here. As you can see, sold there, market pulled up a little bit, but then eventually came down and we ended up taking full profit on that one. The next trade we had was also on the 13th and closed on the 14th, was a Euro Swiss franc trade, which I don't believe I've got a chart up for, so I'll bring one of them up now. We're currently in the Euro Swiss franc trade at the moment as well, but don't have to worry about that just yet. Okay, so Euro Swiss franc, there we go, sell trade here. Once again, another profitable trade. Market did pull against us initially, then the market came flying down here, as you can see, and we ended up taking profit there nicely as well. The next trade that we had was on the Euro Pound, which was also done on the 13th. This trade closed on the 13th as well. This trade unfortunately was a loser, although considering the performance of the week so far, this loser doesn't really mean too much at all. You can see they decided to go long, the market just pulled down and continued to move down afterwards. So unfortunately, that's just a flat out loser. Next trade that we had was on the Euro Swiss franc yet again. This time it was a sell again, I suppose. This was done on the 13th, so we can see this one here. So we had another trade on the exact same day. The reason we're having two trades on the same day on the same pair was basically one of them was a sort of a daily setup and one of them was on an intraday basis. So we had this sell trade here, and you can see the market pretty much just dropped, and we ended up taking profit on that one as well. We also had another trade on the Euro Pound on the same day. We decided to go in for another long, slightly further down. Once again, these are the difference between sort of intraday and daily setups, and unfortunately this Euro Pound ended up getting stopped out. And the last trade that we had was on the pound Swiss franc. That was also done on the 13th and ended up closing on the 14th. And if I zoom in just a tiny bit here, we can see this one here. Market is extremely choppy, extremely choppy. You can see here it really didn't do anything at all. But we did eventually end up getting stopped out. It's a very small stop. I mean, considering the take profit we're looking for, 40 pips stop and take profit here of close to 100 pips. So yeah, unfortunately that one ended up getting stopped out as well. Just keeping a track here for the last day of the week. So the last day of the week was the 15th. Okay, so we had a couple of trades on the 14th as well. We had 2 trades on the 14th. First one was a dollar CAD trade, and dollar CAD trade. Yep, dollar CAD trade here. So this is the dollar CAD trader sell. We decided to close this a tiny bit early. As you can see here, we did leave this. That would have gone to full stop, unfortunately, so we didn't end up closing that one. And then the last trade we had on the 14th was a New Zealand US dollar trade again. If I can find that here. This is a buy trade. I ended up taking a tiny bit of profit on this, but it was only because of slippage. In reality, this would have been a break-even trade here. Opened on the 14th, and that closed on the 18th. And we also had the last trade we had for this week, 2 weeks ago, was on the 15th, and that was a dollar CAD trade, which I can show you guys here. So this is the dollar CAD trade here. Once again, we decided to close the trade out early, looking for a sell. Market decided to move up. Once again, had we left the trade open, the market would have taken us out for a full loss. So definitely right decision there to come out the trade early. So I think I'll stop this video here for now. Actually, I'm going to do the week after as a separate video. Yeah, I'll do the week after as a separate video because I'll run out of time afterwards. But overall for the week, there's a few small losers, a couple of full losers, but overall the amount of winners we had far superior to the number of losers we had there, and it actually worked out to be a really 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 nice week overall. So yeah, that's pretty much that from there. So I'll stop this video here and I'll do the next one straight away afterwards.